So, Tom Lynn, an interesting topic today on how coaches get hired. Certainly, probably something outside the game people don't know a lot about.
Well, you'd be surprised how many different ways NHL coaches have been hired, from relationships when guys were 5 years old till the guy that came out of the door, to reasons outside of their own relationship. But there's many reasons, 30 coaches get hired as there are teams in the league.
When you look at, obviously, this is the time of year where coaches are looking to get hired and that. And
Right.
I think, is it as much teams looking for a guy who fits what they're looking for? And is
Absolutely. It's personal relationships and fit. So when a minor league team for an NHL organization has had a lot of talented prospects underperform with a very nice coach, even though he might have been a good coach, the next guy's going to have to be more of a hard-ass, get-it-done type guy. Conversely, if the minor league team hasn't been producing high-end offensive prospects, but they don't give up many goals, the GM will say, we need someone to get these people scoring. So it's not what you're doing, it's what the team needs that gets those positions filled.
You talked also about how, since the cap, there's more younger players getting to the league quicker, so teaching's become a much bigger part of the NHL coach's responsibility. And that probably would make sense why so many teams are interested in a guy like Dallas Aikens, who's sent a lot of guys to the NHL.
Absolutely. Edmonton's a great example of a team with young players, meaning 18 to 21-year-olds, and youngish players, the 24 to 26 generation, who are still learning, who wanted a coach they could relate to players at their level, understands texting instead of calling, what Twitter and Facebook are, why they stay up all night playing Call of Duty, all those things in a coach. Also on the ice, that they can relate to these players and explain things to them so the players can get better. And I think when you saw the cap come in, younger players made the league for two reasons. One, for financial ones, which is they make less money. So if I pay a role player $550 who's young, or $1 million because he has a history. And number two, because you only have him for 7 years now, max, as an NHL player, and so they'll become free. So why keep the minors for 3 or 4 years? You don't want to do that. You want to get him into the NHL. Then you need a coach to make that work. So you're getting coaches right out of the Corey Clausens and Dallas Aikens right out of the juniors, and the minor leagues are coming right into head coach positions. That didn't happen in 1985, but now it's the way to go.
And you look at teams like Vancouver and the Rangers, which they feel they're pretty close to winning it. They might be more prone to look for a guy that has a track record.
Well, although that's true, it's very hard to predict what Glenn Sather's going to do. But it is true that both organizations feel they're close, so starting over would look like the way they wanted to go. At the same time, Mike Gillis and Glenn Sather are very strong personalities. So if they think they have the next John Cooper, who happens to be 32 years old, they'll both hire them. That's the way they are.
Thanks very much.